On today's menu is a simple yet delicious moong dal recipe where I will show how doing a simple step makes moong dal taste even better. Namaskar and welcome to Curries with Bumbi. And today we will be making what is known in Bengali as Bhaja Moong Dal. The main ingredient for this recipe is moong dal, that are split yellow moong beans, also sometimes known as petite yellow lentils. I have taken half a cup of moong dal. The very first thing we will be doing is dry roasting the lentils. Now what does dry roasting mean? It means when you roast or toast anything using dry heat without using any oil. I did not wash the lentils before roasting. Stir them continuously on medium to low heat till you get that roasted smell of lentils. Now you have to remember you do not want them to roast to the point that they turn dark brown in color. Some of them can get a slight and light browning on them, but not too dark. If the lentils brown up too much, they will turn hard and won't cook well. So as soon as you get that wisp of roasted aroma, take them off heat and transfer them to a strainer. Now you can pour water on them to give a brief rinse, but do not rinse them too much, because if you do so, then they will lose that roasted smell. Roasting the lentils brings in that beautiful flavor to this dal, and believe me, it takes this moong dal to that ultimate level of yumminess by bringing in a nutty flavor. Then transfer the dal into 4 cups of boiling water. Remove any white scum you see floating on top, and then add a dry bay leaf along with a teaspoon of turmeric powder. I also added 1.5 teaspoons of finely grated ginger. Then cover the pot partially so that the dal doesn't foam over, and cook it till the lentils turn tender. Remember to keep some hot water handy in case you need to add if you see the water drying up before the lentils turn soft. Okay, my lentils have started to break apart, but I want them to soften down more. I added another cup of hot water. This dal is a bit on the runny side because it is served with rice, but if you like a thicker consistency, you can add less water. The consistency of any dal is an individual choice, so add less water if you want it to be thick or add more if you want a thinner consistency. My dal is now well cooked. I added a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of sugar. As I always say, sugar is totally optional, so you can leave it out if you have any concerns. Next goes in tomatoes, which I have chopped into large chunky pieces, then a whole green chili. Keeping the chili whole like this doesn't make the dal overly hot. Next I added frozen green peas. Addition of green peas is totally to my liking, so you can leave it out happily if you want to. If you are using fresh green peas, you need to add them a little earlier so that they get soft along with the dal. Allow the dal to simmer away for 2 to 3 more minutes and then switch off the heat. Discard the bay leaf as its job is done. In another pot, heat 2 teaspoons of oil. When the oil turns hot, lower the heat to low and add a dry red chili. Dry red chili when fried in oil brings in a nice smoky flavor. Next, a teaspoon of cumin seeds go in. I added a pinch that is 1/4 of a teaspoon of hing, that is asafoetida. Hing brings in a nice flavor and it also helps in digestion, but please do not worry if it is unavailable at your place. This dal will taste delicious even without hing. Next, the cooked dal tumbles down with all its golden glory. Increase the heat to high and allow it to come to a full boil. Do a taste test at this point and adjust the seasonings if required. As you saw, we hardly used any spices except cumin seeds, turmeric powder, and a little bit of hing, but it still turns out to be super delicious. Roasting of the dal brings in all that magic into this simple dish, and that extra step of roasting takes this dish to a whole new level that you will hardly see in any other moong dal recipes. At the end, I like adding just a little teaspoon of ghee, but that too is optional. And when it comes to Bumbi's kitchen, coriander leaves will often be there to sign off a dish. You can serve this dal with hot steamed rice and any vegetable dish of your choice. Please do not forget to click that like button for me. And please do leave a comment because you know I love reading all of them. And do send me your feedback after trying this recipe. Bye bye.